Hey there, folks. How's it going? Let me adjust my mic here so that you folks can actually hear me. So, yeah. Hey there, folks. How's it going? I am just currently working on, if anyone is wondering, the Phaser Blast ride a little bit here. Starting up the entrance. And I finally came up with ideas a little more on where I'm going to go with design. I finished the starts of the walls. I still need to finish the second, story of the walls, so to speak. But we're getting there. But yeah, this is the entry area. So I'm going to slap some lights in and then a ceiling. After I put some little decorations and such in, make it look a little more interesting. Come on, tube. There we go. That'll work, and then I can twist that around. Let's go a little more science fiction-y, though. Yeah. Hey, Wolf Girl. Happy to see you back in the stream. I hope things are going okay. Let's see. Duplicate that one. Put that over here. Yeah, that'll need to be centered. A bit more. As will that. This will be the little introduction show, I guess, is one way to put it. Something to kind of entertain the people before they get to Phaser Blast. Things have been pretty good for me. Lots of work as usual, but hey, it's always good to stay busy, I feel, in a weird way. Especially with the way my brain works. I just get kind of like, I just can't take not being busy. It's weird. Most people are like, oh, I hate being busy all the time. Me, I'm like, it keeps me, like, sane. And then I'm, aside from just work, I saved up for a little figure that I wanted. It's this little cute, like, puppy character. Like, anthropomorphic little puppy character that's got, like, a little cute outfit on and a leg brace, like, you know, for people who have injured or disabled. And I don't know, I found it adorable. I find that stuff cute. Especially because, like, I've known my fair share of, like, animals who had disabilities or, like, injured legs, you know, permanently injured. I'm not saying, like, you know, they got hurt at some point. Like, for example, a cat that I knew, its balance was terrible because of this, but it had years ago, its previous owner had accidentally hurt its tail, and so its tail just had a permanent bend to it at the tip. And yeah, the cat was so adorable, but it had that disability of it couldn't balance really anymore. But the thing didn't really care, and I gave it points for being such a little trooper that it was like, I'm not gonna care, I'm gonna keep on going. Yes, they are, Wolf Girl. And what is the question? I'm always happy to answer questions. Yeah, we'll go kind of a Freddy Blue for that guy. What is going to be my next ASMR? My next ASMR that I'm planning on doing is probably going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be Helpy. And then the one after that for the non-18 pluses is going to be, because those are both non-18 plus ones that I'm talking about right now. So yeah, Monty is going to be the next one after Helpy, or vice versa. I haven't really decided. But yeah, so that's going to be the next ones. And then for 18 pluses, like I've said a lot of times, it's usually just a repeat in a sense of the same one, just for, you know, the other gender. So I already did a 18 plus glitch trap one. Not going to go into details. But there'll be another 18 plus glitch trap one coming out on Patreon as well. So yeah. I hope that kind of jumbled answer works. I'm not great with that kind of stuff because I don't know 100% each time what's coming out. I kind of just decide from week to week depending. Maybe something like this. Let's see what we got in this category to mess with. I do not know how this will look. Whatever. It'll look semi-interesting. Oh, I hope that goes well then. I hope, yeah, Yeah, I believe in you. You got this. That's how I feel about those sorts of things. There we go. There is the first half. Now let's kind of get this area more enclosed. So duplicate, and then we'll... Yeah, that'll work. I'll just need to turn that around. Get a drink of some coffee. But yeah, so those will be the ASMRs coming out. I'm excited for them, especially the Helpy one, because I don't know, I like doing Helpy. He's fun. I know there are a couple I've mentioned they're fun, but he's another one of the characters that are fun to do. Although, I don't know, I've heard a lot of voice actors say stuff like this, so I don't feel so guilty or weird for saying this, but... Oh, I do love playing the villains, though. It's oddly fun playing villains. It's also why, like, I have a lot of fun when I do Glitch Trap. Because it's just fun. So that'll have to be another idea then. Yeah, I know this looks a little corny, but that's going to be the point of this, is kind of like a very corny, fake environment type of thing. And then I'm going to use those pieces a little more subtly. Throat. But yeah, so I'll be using those pieces a little more subtly and a little more differently when the actual important parts come up. Alright. Let's close up that gap in the ceiling there, too. There we go. Alright, so that kind of finishes that zone. So I'm going to kind of close this off, this area. So it looks a bit more like an alien planet. Yay. I approve. And yeah, I have the little, I have in this save, I actually have, let's see, where is it? Yeah, here it is. And if you look, it actually says, the Bite of 87. So yeah, there is totally a reference to the Bite of 87, and in my, if you've heard them, Wolf Girl, I have a Springtrap and Fredbear ASMR series. Well, Spring Bonnie, to be more precise, and Fredbear ASMR series that, yeah, that's actually kind of mentioned in that, yeah. Because I don't know, that's kind of that's a very famous part of the FNAF series. So yeah, I love putting in references to that. That and then a lot of people in the FNAF community, including me, just can't resist that meme of, oh my god, is that the Bite of 87? The classic joke there. Alright, put that there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need different sized ones, maybe. Medium? Do we have medium? Just large. Okay. Alright, cool. Because basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just blocking off this whole part of the track visually more than anything. Because I'm going to have areas of the map be kind of like this with kind of some like sandy kind of looking, so it feels, you know, alien, Mars-y planet. You get the idea. But this is the training ground chunk, so I thought, let's kind of block it off in a certain way. Wow, my throat is kind of rough today, I guess. Apologies, everybody. Yeah, I know Mars wouldn't have blue skies, but hey, this is the Fazbear Corporation we're talking about here. This is fantasy. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I was trying to think of ways to kind of add some interesting stuff. So I'm thinking, I mean, this is supposed to be a weird alien planet, so we can throw some other weird things like glowing mushrooms in. That's appropriate and okay, because it's an alien planet. Yeah, that was a very like tough scene for me too. Like as I said, I try and put a lot of emotion into it. So yeah, doing some of those bits of Monty talking about the loss of Bonnie, oh, it definitely hit me a bit as well. Yeah, I suppose we can leave. Or no, I need to delete that one, yeah. There we go. There it is. That's what I was looking to do. Kind of basically just block off that door. And if stuff pokes through, oh well. Now some of this, though, I do kind of want to modify, so let's go to advanced. There we go. Come on. There we are. No, yeah, I definitely wanted to give Monty a big hug character-wise. I don't know, he's one of those characters, as I said, I really feel for. Yeah. Let's scooch this just a teensy bit further forward. There we go. And they'll also put those signs in them, so that'll look a bit better. But yeah, I'm also planning on, as I've said, like, eventually here, I'm just not quite sure when, but doing some extra work on, like, some more live videos where it would be, you know, me in costume doing a video. Kind of story or scene, I guess. So it's one thing that's on the table so far that I'm still kind of working on due to certain things. It's not happening just yet, though. But it's in the works. Okay, now that'll work for a good roof for this area. I just need to set it up properly. On the others, I would say for like just the general staff bots, Monty doesn't really like the staff bots for my take on him. He just finds them kind of annoying. The only one of the like staff type of robots that he likes for my version of Monty is Slippy, the one wet floor bot, basically. The one of those signs that you see in the game, the little robot looking signs. And then for the other animatronics, let's see, Puck, he doesn't really like because he's just like, how can somebody be so calm and so happy? He finds it kind of creepy and weird. Like something's up with him, is Monty's opinion of Puck. Volt, he thinks he's interesting, but a little too just energetic. And then for the band members, oh, I forgot about Dover from my original character ones. Yeah, Dover, he likes Dover because he's just, you know, nice, but he does find it a little stupid, at least in Monty's opinion, that Dover is just like, oh, all of these people are trustworthy because, you know, Dover's programmed, in my mind, he was programmed to be loyal to the company, anybody without question, kind of just, he's naturally like he's kind of got that dog loyalty thing going where he's just loyal to, you know, his owner, basically, the company. So that's why often in the ASMRs I had him respond with, oh, I'm sure there's a good reason, or, oh, they're nice people. Or he's sure they're nice people, because it's like, to him, that's how it is. They're nice people because he doesn't know any better, and he's kind of made that way to be just loyal. But then for the band, He likes Roxanne. I've always imagined like my little FNAF world's version of Roxanne and him get along pretty well. Uh, because they both think they're the best at their own thing. So it was like they could probably agree on it in the end after enough bickering, and then they'd become buddies. So yeah, they're buddies. He doesn't like he doesn't like Freddy depending on it because it's like it's more an act for my version. He likes Freddy a lot to the point where like he's basically a Freddy fanboy. For my version, but he kind of plays that act of like, look, I don't like you, Freddy, because he doesn't want him to know how much he like finds Freddy awesome. And let's see for others. Music Man, I haven't had him in my ASMRs, but I had always felt that Monty would like him. Just because I kind of imagined, like, Music Man just enjoys playing music in general. Yeah, like, really intense, cool music a lot of the time. That's stuff that, you can really dance to, but then just likes music in general. And so, yeah, I was like, well, what if at one point my version just, played a lot of music that Monty liked by request? And then Monty ended up liking him for it. So yeah, it's pretty much all of them. And then Helpy, because I forgot about him. Helpy, Monty does like, but at first in the ASMRs that I did, he doesn't like him because he's kind of, getting all up in his face and stuff and, trying to get him in trouble and stuff. But then after the golf lesson, I kind of imagine like they bonded after a couple golf lessons and kind of, Helpy chilled out a bit. Let's put it that way. Which I know, kind of an odd way to put it, but that's how I kind of imagined it when I was writing it, is Helpy eventually, due to realizing things are run differently there, kind of relaxed a bit because he realized it's not the same as the places he had worked at before. Because I don't know, I imagined Helpy being a very, like, serious about things type for how I did him at first. Because I felt that was pretty appropriate, very business. Because in the game that he's from, he's the guy who deals with lawsuits. So you gotta be decently serious about things if you're gonna be dealing with lawsuits. So I was like, yeah, Helpy deals with the lawsuits originally. So yeah, but yeah, I just imagined Helpy kind of relaxed more because he realized it was different at the Pizzaplex. Because also in my version, I kind of went with one thing in the game, how they kind of mention it. They don't fully, to my knowledge, but they kind of touch on it that, yeah, it's like the reason there are so many robots, like in the kitchen areas and stuff, is because they basically do everything. So they're really only, for my version, was like, concept-wise, it was like, well, then what if they do it because then they can have it be like, all issues are on the human being who pushed the button, so they can just have no legal troubles. They can just get rid of that one employee and call it good. So they never needed to like worry about lawsuits as much. They could always just be like, oh yeah, it's the one employee that we fired, sir or madam, so no need to worry. Let's see. Now we'll duplicate that. We'll move it over to the other. To light up this area. We'll move this one over. Whoa, not there. A little bit more. There we go. But yeah, so there is basically, there's the explanation of things. But then again, like, my mind creatively, I kind of have weird concepts for things sometimes, and that's one of them is, I don't know, that Helpy would end up being a little bit different at the Pizzaplex in the end because of things. He's still a serious little guy, though. I still say to this day, though, I want to do a joke video of just Helpy saying the like Moffat, the like Godfather movie line of "You break my heart." Friggin', but have it be with instead of with like the name of the person from the film. No, it's gonna be Gregory. You break my heart, Gregory. How could you do this to the Fazbear Industries? Meanwhile, Pizzaplex burning in the background. That little kid is paying for damages. Oh. Although that's also the reason I want to do that is because one or two people have commented that like friends and YouTube commenters have commented that Helpy kind of sounds a bit mafia boss sometimes, and I'm like, he does. I can't lie. Like hearing the recordings of myself back, I'm like, I didn't intend this, but it's there. So may as well just roll with the joke and just make a joke video of that. And then the other joke I came up with a while back was, you have come to me on this, the day of Freddy's adoption of Gregory. What is it you want to ask? Just that whole Godfather thing. This is the day of my daughter's wedding. Alright, I think we're gonna need some extra little touches here in the end, but it's looking good. Although related to like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, I still honestly wonder, like, would it be appropriate to do a whole joke of just, instead of swearing as a Freddy Fazbear character, just replace it like how people do the joke of Smurfs cussing, but they only say Smurf, they don't actually swear. But just replace it with Faz. Like, what the Faz is going on?
Gregory, what the Faz? These are Roxy's eyes.
Oh. Let's see. Did that? Okay, that fixed it. Cool. Alright, now I know it's not going to be too entertaining, but me and my pickiness here, I kind of want to... Or wait, I know what I'll do to make this a little more interesting. Let's see what other scenery pieces we got here. Effects. There's what I was looking for. Not fireworks. Ambience. Excuse me. And then we'll kind of hide that down there. There we go. It's one of the ideas I had. And then once we recolor that, that'll look better. Then it'll kind of give it an alien planet vibe here. As best as we can. Yeah, that's looking good. Now let's duplicate this. And put one over that other. No, not that direction. Just zipped off on me. That way it'll kind of match. Aww. honestly feel if someone did that to Monty, he'd probably be confused for a second, but be okay with it. Because I don't know, I imagine Monty, as I said, being very, very friendly, but he kind of has that, like, a bit tough, icy exterior, I guess, is the way to put it. Okay, that's what we'll do. Put that there, and then we'll color it. Yeah. Down. And go to scenery. That was it, yeah. Nature rocks. No, it's small. It's small. Well, I guess that's small. Got anything actually? Okay, that's what I was looking for. Now that's looking a lot more Alien Planet. We can kind of build a false wall here too. Now that I found the proper sized rocks. But yeah, I hope everybody who's watching back or watching this now, is having a good day or good evening or whatever. I know I sure am. I'm having a pretty good day. Did a little working out last night. Because I got kind of bored and I remembered I had like a working out like a lifting weight, just a single one. So I just decided, heck, why not? I guess, and started doing some lifting. I guess boredom equals fitness sometimes. I don't know. Sounds kind of like a slogan you'd see on like an edgy t-shirt. Oh, dang. That's intense. Getting in fights is always very intense in my mind. I've been in some kind of intense situations. Never actually been in a full-on fight. I did almost have a guy stab me. If not for one of my friends stepping in the way. And, like... my friend was one hell of a badass. Let's just put it that way. So when the other guy saw him, he was like, "Nah, I'm good," and he saved me. So yeah, I've had like that's a story of an intense painter cat incident right there. So there's an interesting story for you folks. Yes, once upon a time, I almost got stabbed. which is no good. And I hope that, you know, your brother is okay and everything, if it's a recent thing. Oh yeah, that is significantly alien looking now. Now we can kind of seal that off. Then we'll give that a preview. Oh, dang. It's intense. I mean, depending on what happened, I don't wish ill on others, but, so I'll just say, you know, I at least hope that the other guy learned his lesson is okay. Even if he's pretty badly messed up, I do hope he's, you know, learned his lesson / is okay still, though. After it, because, yeah. Alright, let's see. Nudge this sucker up just a tad. There we go. Probably gonna need some extra there. There we go. And that's the tallest part of it, so that ought to be fine. Yeah, I'll just close off that area, come to think of it, make that easier. Plus, I don't really need that area of the ride open, so. Let's see, just close it off. From the outside of the ride, it's gonna look a little bit weird, kinda. Just a little bit. But who cares, because it'll look good all in all, I feel. Once it's done, it'll be an interesting little ride experience. And we'll kind of close this off more. So that whole zone's more separate. Then that'll make doing the ceiling here a lot easier on us. Well, me. But anyways, a lot easier process-wise. Alright. Now then, let's finish this roof. I'll work for that part. Sweet, this is actually working out quite nicely. But, Yeah, I'm still also pretty excited. I know I said eventually I'm gonna do them, but I'm still pretty excited for getting back to my other characters and stuff in the end. Once I'm done with the FNAF stuff. I'm still having fun with the FNAF stuff, but yeah, I'm very, very excited for getting back to my OCs and doing some of that stuff, because it's been years. I feel kind of like a neglectful father. I've been abandoning my boys, my characters, my babies. Like, honestly, one or two of my characters, if they were real, they'd probably, like, often be walking into the room, tapping their foot, looking at me like, when are you gonna do this? Cool, so that's that whole chunk over there. Now we need to finish this chunk over here. And then we've got the first part of the Fazer Blast ride set up. And we can test it, see how it looks. 'Cause I am curious. So that'll definitely need some closing off, but that'll be once we get all that done. I could honestly see Monty liking getting pet, although for characters who I've always imagined liked getting pet, Dover for my original characters is one of them, and then another one is Puck. But that's just because of, like, the animatronics that they are, cat and a dog. I was like, yeah, they'd adore getting pet. But I feel Monty would like getting pet too, yeah. Like, related to that topic, I have actually wanted to try and find an artist to draw, couple different funny joke images, one of which being Monty getting, like, basically a toothbrush scrubbing, how they do that for gators and crocodiles in real life, and just kind of having that same expression of the, oh, this feels good expression that they have in video clips, because I find that adorable. I mean, they're alligators and crocodiles, but it's still adorable to see that expression on such a big critter. I can't help it. It's cute. So yeah, that's my view on would he mind getting pet. Monty would probably be fine. And yeah, true enough. Let's see. Nudge this. Nudge that. There we go. Up. I am incorrect. This will just build up with the rocks, because that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be just fine. Perfect. There we go. As I notice a crack in the roof. Perfect. We're all done. Oh. Oops. Okay, now time for a quick test ride. Test. Would help if I didn't have the world paused. Yeah, like, this looks sufficiently Alien Planet, I would say. This definitely has very, like, alien world vibes going on here. Cool. Alrighty then, so that's that part of the test. Oh, yeah, I've done Bonnie in my ASMRs. I do more of I was kind of inspired by Rockstar Bonnie, how he kind of has like a Frank Sinatra-esque tone to the voice of the character.
So I more gave Bonnie this sort of voice because I felt it was kind of appropriate. And then for Foxy, I basically just went more to the classic. Where it's more around here. You know. So yes, I've done those voices before. I actually worked with somebody in a past ASMR who ended up doing Foxy's voice, doing a wonderful job too. But not for any bad reasons. They just ended up being a bit too busy to work with me any further, if I'm remembering correctly.
But so, let me drop that voice there. But so, then I took over doing Foxy in the ASMRs. So there's basically in one of the ASMRs, the voice changes a little bit. And that was me doing Foxy. So yeah, I've done Foxy and Bonnie in ASMRs. I like doing them. They're fun, especially Bonnie. Although Foxy I just like doing because, yeah, I don't know. Talking like a pirate is just fun. So it's good to get into, you know. And I don't know, Bonnie I just liked because my dad really liked Frank Sinatra. And so I get to slip in little references to Frank Sinatra songs that my dad liked. Or just even humorous uses, like in the one that it was me and that person who voiced Foxy. I ended up having a reference of Foxy is singing "Come Sail Away" by the Frank Sinatra one. So yeah, there's a little joke in that. Because, yeah, I don't know. I liked that concept of messing around, having Foxy humming things, or Bonnie humming, like, random Frank Sinatra tunes. The first tune in the ASMR that I did a voice for him, he's actually humming Blue Moon, which is another one of my favorite little Frank Sinatra tunes.
That plus, I don't know. Just for the fun of being able to randomly, talk like this is kind of fun.
Although, when I did him evil in the ASMR, that, I won't spoil things. But yeah, there is one ASMR where Bonnie's evil. I'll just say that much. I based his evil version voice on Frank Fontaine from BioShock.
So I basically just added, so this is the normal Bonnie. He's very friendly. Some people in the comments even said sounds kind of like an uncle. But then I proceeded to add this sort of tone to it. So it got more mob boss, more tough.
But that was based on a BioShock bad guy from BioShock 1, Frank Fontaine. Yeah, I did find it cute that some people compared Bonnie to an uncle. I was like, oh, I like this comparison in a weird way. Uncle Bonnie. That's cute. I like it. I've never really been offended by any of the, comments saying that they remind them of someone or, this or that or things, because none of them have really been offensive. Like, they remind them of a bad experience or a bad person. Some of them have been about bad experiences, but it's always ones where it's like that they, wanted this character there to help them, and that's kind of cool that I was able to do that. It kind of makes me wonder, though, how my grandpa would look at me, because he was a writer, and that's where I get a lot of my learning about that from, is my grandfather. So I honestly still wonder what he would think of my writing now. I definitely try hard not to do certain things that he taught me to. Funny fact, I was going to have him sing Whaler Man, but when I did the recording, it just didn't sound right to me. So I ended up scrapping it, kind of. But in the background of the Foxy ASMR, the weird, I think I've mentioned this in a past stream just because I enjoyed the fact that it turned out useful. But in the background of one of the ASMRs, there's this weird, creepy, tone. And that's actually me as Foxy singing Whaler Man. It's just like a deep voiced.
Because I don't know, I felt like Foxy would kind of sing around here.
But then when I edited it, it just didn't sound right, as I said, so I ended up toying with it more and turning it into a background track where it just ended up sounding like this creepy, eerie, droning sound. Which is in reality Foxy singing Whaler Man. And oh yeah, I definitely feel like Foxy would be the type to sing Whaler Man. Although I also half imagine that he would talk Freddy and the band into joining him. Kind of like how there's those joke ones of people talking people into doing a TikTok trend with them, like their grandma or grandpa or something. Those are cute, but I just imagine the hilarity of seeing the characters doing that with Freddy and Foxy and the rest getting talked into it. Yeah, I may be cutting this stream just a little bit shorter tonight, because I am decently tired. I feel Monty just finds him cool because Foxy, I've always felt that, at least for my take, because after seeing some people, like fans, and I forget the post, but years ago there was a post by somebody someplace that was like, the kid whose soul is inside of Foxy must be having the best, like, the time of his life because he's just probably was a kid who adored playing pirate. And I kind of go by that theory for my version of Foxy. And so I kind of just imagine Foxy just doesn't really care what people think of him. My version, he couldn't care less. And so I think Monty likes him for that reason, because that's kind of what Monty wants to be, is somebody who doesn't care what people think as much and doesn't feel as worried about what the fans or people think. Which I know a bit of an odd theory, but that's my version of Monty, because I like it because it allows him to be, not that he isn't, for how fans see him, sympathetic, but I feel that just helps make him all the more sympathetic, is to have that feeling of he's just kind of looking to be accepted. So that won't work for that idea, but I think that's pretty good as is now. Yeah, sorry a lot of the stream has just been focused on this one chunk. I'm a very detailed person. I like the extra touches and things. So I'm kind of trying to build out this environment a bit more. Oh no, it's fine. It is completely fine that you're the only person chatting. I never find that annoying. If anything, I find it cool because it's like, I know, it's kind of better than having just a completely empty stream. Plus, in a lot of ways, like, I do these streams for fun. Just to chill and relax, so... Eh? If there's only one person chatting, that's not necessarily a terrible thing. Okay, yeah, now these'll add an alien planet final touch. Because I was feeling like there was something missing. Then that actually does make a beautiful little frame area for it, so that actually works out in our favor here. Oh, good lord. Yet again, me and my random mind, folks. Another joke I did as Helpy in VR chat. I just randomly was in a Helpy avatar, and all I could randomly think of was... I smell lawsuits. Give me my paper. I can sniff out a lawsuit at 50 paces. Hey, kid, get down from there. Then I've also half imagined that Helpy, like, I may not have him ever talk Two-Faced in the ASMRs, but I kind of imagine he turns into the Micro Machine Man when he's needing to read off legal lists. Every time I think of people picking up Helpy, I think of one cat I had who he was chill with it, but he would always give the most, like, at first when you would pick up this cat that I had years ago, he would just give you this, like, indignant, like, annoyed, frustrated, like, take me seriously. Why are you picking me up, human? Look, and then he'd go from that to like, all right. I'll be cute. And then just start acting cute again. So I definitely imagine that would be Helpy if he got picked up. He would look a little annoyed and confused, but then he'd probably just be like, all right. Although when Monty picks him up, I still like the idea of him a little worried sometimes because of after that comment of getting hucked like a football. Yeah, me and my friends had a debate about would he have done it, and yeah, I think Monty, if pissed off enough, would have thrown Helpy in that scene that I did in the ASMR. He would have just hucked him around down Rockstar Row, even though the place is curved, just because that'd be entertaining to him at the time. I know to some people that sounds terrible of Monty, but I don't know. I kind of imagine at that point in Monty's like character arc, he had the I don't cares that time in his character arc. So yeah, he would have done it just because it would have been funny to see if he could make Helpy like do a curve shot with Helpy. And true enough, yeah. That's also why I didn't do that story-wise, because I was like, I don't know, then Helpy would have real reason to really get him in trouble, so I'm not gonna have Monty do that, but it would be hilarious. I adore Helpy as a character, but I don't know, there are some moments that I can't help but make situations like that for characters, even though I like them. Do we have any other final touches here? Yeah, I think that's the area that we should finish off real quick is in here. Because this doesn't need that many touches. But this needs to get scooched. Because that ain't right. There we go. Now it is. Let's see, where are those? I know what to do. Silly me. I could have just clicked this. There we go. And basically just slap some decoratives to make it look all science fiction-y on the walls there. That's looking decent so far. What else we got? That rack, that works. I like Vanny as a character. I find her kind of interesting, but then again, as I said, I'm a sucker for villains. I find the character design pretty cool too. Hey, Rebecca. How's it going? Okay, that's looking good so far. That is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be, so no. New. Yes, there we go. I'm doing good. I'm just relaxing a little bit and streaming as per usual. Working on Fazer Blast a little bit. And then one sec, because I actually just realized I need to check something a little unrelated to this stream, because I have a package on the way, so. Because I have headphones in, I don't want to. I'll be like, oh dang, I missed the package. So let me check the tracking here. Okay, so it is not out for delivery yet. Okay then. Hey Aries, how's it going? Yeah. So yeah, that's the entry area, so that's pretty set, I'd say, folks. Nice. And I can understand them being tired from work. And I'm pretty good. Just doing the streaming as usual and hanging out and relaxing on stream, and then later tonight gonna be working out some more because I've decided, because of neighbors being noisy and stuff, I can't really record at early hours. Not like, AM. but PM. Can't really record during the PM hours, so I need to wait till like nighttime usually. So I've decided, well, let's fill up some time, and I have like a single dumbbell, one of those like, well, one of the 15-pound lifting weights. So yeah. Thanks. I'm I'm rarely proud of myself, but I was decently proud of myself when I ended up doing 10 sit-ups. That was pretty good. For having not done sit-ups for a long time. Makes me feel a little less old being able to do that. I'm like, at least I can still do this. Doing an old man joke, all I just randomly thought of is,
my future is gonna be great.
Monty, randomly old man consequences out of nowhere.
Oh, just you wait, boy.
Well, I'm no better. Alright, so I'm no better. After I did a good amount of working out last night, I was like, oh, I feel like having a Pop-Tart. No healthy dinner after work. No, a Pop-Tart. Not for dinner, mind you. I had a burrito, but still, it's like that doesn't exactly equal healthy either. But I'm a strong believer in you work out and then you work off things that you have as treats. Like, say, you have a bowl of ice cream. You then do, a good workout the next day or after you eat. Or you work out just a little extra to work off that extra carbs, calories. I'm not great with health stuff, so I don't know. Oh, what kind? The cinnamon Pop-Tarts. I love them. They're good. Yeah, it's not the 4th. I've never understood that either, Ari's. Like, people setting off fireworks when it's not the 4th of July. I mean, the only reasoning I've heard from some people is, like, some people, they snag those illegal fireworks from across the border. Or they're like, yeah, I'm gonna grab some extra time setting these off so I can get some new ones next year. Me, I'm not big on fireworks because I have tinnitus. It's actually what makes it funny that a lot of my work is with audio, is the fact that I have tinnitus in one of my ears, so. Ooh, I have not tried strawberry milkshake. I'll need to try that kind. Ah. Alright, let's see. Now on to the next part. We're kind of gonna... Because I'm gonna set up the basics of the next part here. And then I'll use... That one is kind of like a wall connector point, so to speak. that's understandable. Yeah, Aries. I get that too, cause yeah, I have that issue, as I said, with one of my ears. So I totally get that. That's something that can get to your ears, or having audio issues in general. Excuse me. Hmm. I may need to get a pair of those special earmuffs then, because sometimes, like, I know I've mentioned on stream that the kids next door can be pretty noisy, and that's why I can't record at earlier hours, but, like, they get so loud that at one point, I don't listen to heavy metal music, folks, at all. But, okay, some bands, but we're not talking the ones where it's like, yeah, like blasting your ear, shouting and screaming. Uh, but, I had to at one point because the kids were just so loud I could hear them in my house, like even in my room or anywhere in the house, really. I even tried blaring music on my TV and I could still hear them. And yeah, it kind of is. And it did kind of work, but then, like, I tried heavy metal music, and I kid you not, folks, I could hear these kids across the street in my house with heavy metal music blaring on earbuds. And that's an awesome thing, then, if you can actually enjoy them that way, then, Rebecca. Because, yeah, that stuff is no fun to not be able to enjoy. Fireworks are awesome. They're kind of one of those, like, inventions of man that actually turned out really cool. I want to try one more quick ride through this. Now that I've added some more set decoration. And that'll give me a chance to snag a drink of coffee. There we go. That is awesome. Years ago, I went to a fireworks show, and like actually did pretty much the same thing. As I just put really calm music on, and at one point, Pure Imagination from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came on, and like I even asked the person, because like I kind of knew the person who had done the fireworks display after, and they were like, "I didn't intend it to sync up to that. Actually, no." It was just coincidence. I used to do the same thing to my sister when I was younger, but I would do it with the little those little like pop rock things, although she would do the same thing to me, those little like fireworks that you can kind of snap or throw on the ground. And so, yeah, me and my sister would have little battles with those, just throwing them at each other's feet, often during the summer when we were both wearing sandals. So there was collateral damage to the feet occasionally. Of just little, like, because, like, those little snap fireworks, they're little pellety things. Yeah, is what I'm talking about. And, yeah, we used to huck those at each other. So kids do the craziest things. I just randomly sounded like Foxy, like Funtime Foxy there, although I think I've mentioned in a prior stream, I don't intend to, but sometimes I do sound like Funtime Foxy occasionally. It's just my natural voice. Oh. I wish I could remember what cartoon it was, but there was just one cartoon I saw years ago where a character basically pulls this gag, but because of the voice, I want to see it done with Funtime Foxy now. Just Funtime Foxy, holding up a piece of paper.
I will now insult you. Your mother. Thank you. That's all.
And just walks up. Like, I don't know why. I have a weird mind, but that's something that comes to mind with him. Uh. Yes, yes, the snaps. Those are so fun. I'm happy I'm not the only one. Nice. I approve. I feel it's always fun to get back into an old series after a good period. Like I myself, I've kind of gotten back into a period for watching stuff here and there of, I used to watch, I'm big into theater, so you can probably assume connection of theater and musicals and stuff are pretty well connected things. So I've been getting back into like some musicals, some like more theater-esque movies and stuff, or things like that, and then old cartoons, like really old cartoons that I haven't watched in years. Like, I recently refound Reboot, a series I think I probably have mentioned, but yeah. And oh yeah, I'm definitely excited for the FNAF movie. Wolf Girl, I am definitely, yeah. That is something I'm very curious about. Especially because, like, I know a lot of people because he played Shaggy, uh, is what people remember the guy who's going to be playing William Afton for. So there are jokes about how, Shaggy acting and kind of that, more goofy acting. But I'm like, has nobody ever seen some of the other films that he's been in? Because he's actually been in a horror movie where he basically played a very manipulative, clever character that doesn't come off as the bad guy at all. Kind of just comes off innocent, a little different in some ways, but not like a threat, which is how the guy who voices Afton in the game saw Afton, was that he's a master manipulator and, you won't suspect him kind of thing. He'll act very trustworthy, and that's why I played him that way in the ASMR I did. So it was like, this is Afton in my mind. William is... He's like Hannibal Lecter. He'll make you feel comfortable. He'll get in your head. And then he'll really screw you over. You'll be in a bad situation because you didn't believe this guy is that type. I know that's not how listeners look at it. Because it's like, it's Afton. So, yeah. And yay, I approve. And yeah, I feel that, yeah, Funtime Foxy and a couple of the other Funtimes are gender fluid. I can't exactly say for Freddy, like Funtime Freddy, but I have to say that for my take on Funtime Foxy, yeah, I see him as gender fluid. Although I also had the weird explanation of it's not only that he just identifies as that, but that the logic is he likes it that way because, well, you know, Funtime Foxy likes it that way because that they can be any role. There is no restrictions due to gender, you know. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it is. And they've actually, I forget where, but somebody had actually come out saying basically, yes, that they're gender fluid. So, no, I personally feel like, yeah, Funtime Foxy is gender fluid. And yet again, me and my weird random mind, I'll technically have a skunk that hangs out in my yard that I just consider gender fluid because, I mean, okay, this is kind of going to sound a little weird and maybe bad depending on your view on it. But basically, there's a skunk that just randomly wanders through my backyard. And we decided, me and my roommate back in the day, to name it Yevo, like Futurama. Because it is neither a sklim nor sklur, nor a sklee nor a sklur. Because you don't want to, you know, get up close to a skunk to see what its gender is. So you're not really going to know what its gender is. And I mean, come on, you don't want to offend the thing by misgendering. That is very rude. I agree. So we were like, we'll name it Yevo, because in the show, Yevo was neither a man nor a woman in Futurama, so it is gender fluid. It is a gender fluid skunk buddy that hangs out in in my backyard occasionally. And so like occasionally, because there's raccoons that wander through there too, I'll just come out, smell foul smell, and be like, oh, Yevo. Did another one walk past you in the middle of the night? Oh god. Like me and my roommate basically we made, not literal, kept them indoors or anything, pets, but we basically made pets out of random creatures that were outside of our house that hang out on our deck and stuff. And to this day, a lot of them still hang out there. Like, one is this squirrel that we just named Shuck because it kind of just, shucking shells. Like, how you do that, you kind of just throw shells on bar floors. In some, like, bars or restaurants, they have that thing going. He just always, the squirrel would throw the shells from its nuts on the deck only. We even saw it one time, like, a couple of them started to drop off of the deck, and it scooched a bit and moved on the railing, so it was more on the deck, and just started shucking them onto the deck in this corner area. And it always sat there. And it always just left this little pile of shells. In one little neat corner. At least it didn't make a huge mess, it just did it in one corner. So, I mean, yeah, we just decided, yeah, it's our buddy Shuck, the squirrel. And he did look like kind of elderly, so he kind of had this joke of, yeah, it kind of just sounds also like the name of like somebody you'd see sitting at a bar. Like one of those elderly guys who just sits at a bar and kind of is a regular. Not a nuisance, just a regular there. Yeah, people know him. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, like, what others are there of critters? Oh, yeah, yeah. There was the one raccoon that used to hang out that we just simply called Ma because the first time that we saw it, it had like a horde of babies with it. And one of the babies, like the whole group goes by, but one of the babies kind of straggled behind really quick, not looking injured or anything, just curious at us. And then we hear a chirping, and the little baby raccoon just kind of is like, oh dang, mom's calling, and rushes off. And so we just nicknamed it Ma. Yeah, we have possums occasionally too. There's a possum that we named Sean after Sean Bean because possums do death scenes basically. So we named it Sean after Sean Bean because I mean it does death scenes and probably does a lot of them. We had even caught it doing one where like a neighborhood cat in the middle of the night wandered by and it was just laying there on the ground and then we just look over at the cat scurries off, and the possum just gets up a couple minutes later, like, oh, thank you guys. Nice. Whenever I think of like birds and stuff for critters, I think of years ago at my parents' house, they had this one little pond area, and like ducks ended up living by it and having babies. My parents wanted to get them out of there because they were just messing up the little pond area. And yeah, they ended up getting convinced by me to let them stay. That is interesting. I've known a couple people who name plants. I'm sorry, Wolf Girl, and as I said in the Monty video, it will get better. And eventually you'll you know, it'll heal that pain. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but it will. Aw, that is a cute name. Yeah, let's see what can we pop in this sucker. Thinking just some aliens. What the hell? Yeah, I guess that'll work. I mean, I know it's a shark. I don't quite know what to think of its appearance. Let's see about recoloring it a little more weird and alien looking. God, it's Barney. Not intentional, not intentional. Don't sue. Let's see. Uh, I've seen clips of Steven's Universe. I haven't seen the full thing though. That's another, like, I have a couple shows that sadly, due to my work, I have missed. So I have a couple shows on a list that I want to watch when I get a chance. Steven's Universe, Over the Garden Wall. What others? I forget, but there are a couple others that I've been wanting to see. Midnight Gospel, that's another one. Because I don't know, I saw 1 or 2 episodes of that, but, I don't know, some of the episodes get pretty heavy. So I kind of, I don't know how to put it. I kind of eventually was like, I can't deal with this emotionally right now. So I ended up stopping watching Midnight Gospel. But I still loved it. It seemed like a really good show. Aw, well, if you need sleep, Wolf Girl, then, you know, get some rest. As I've said before to many a fan on this stream, I'm not forcing you. I can't judge. It may be because of my work hours, but I can't really judge. Ooh, I need to check that out then, because, yeah, I do like good music to listen to in the background as I write, so that actually would work out, is do that. Okay, well, I hope when you do then that you sleep well and, you know, have a good night's sleep. Yeah, I'm just going for weird colors here, folks. And just weird stuff to fill these up with. No. Hmm. Okay, so that won't work. No. No. Maybe. No. uh. Yeah, that'll work. Do we have any other types? Small? There we go, that'll work. I was trying to find one that'd fit size-wise in here. And then we shall make it a little more alien looking. There we go, that'll make it sufficiently weird looking. And then all we need is one more random thing. Let me also check my alarm clock, folks, because I may be calling the stream quits here in a little bit. Sorry for it being another short stream. But I have just been kind of, as I mentioned last stream, a little more worn out than usual. No big issues, you know. Just basically wanting to relax a bit more. And just with the whole new, you know, well, the big ending to the FNAF series that I've been doing coming up, you know, I'm kind of wanting to relax a little extra. And if the oh wait really is referring to like the end of the FNAF series that I've been doing, I'm not saying like permanent end. I'm gonna be doing other FNAF ASMRs, just not as frequently as before, because I'll be doing my original characters more. But I still will be producing FNAF stuff, so no worries to anybody watching this back, or anybody who's watching this now worried about, oh, there's not going to be any more me doing Monty or Freddy or anything. Excuse me. There still will be. I'll just be doing more other stuff as well, you know. With, like, my original characters, because I've just, as I've mentioned in the prior streams, I've definitely been missing that fun of doing that. So I wanna get back into it and produce my own again. Right, there we go. Now we've got stuff. Filling up the display cases. Sweet. And then I got all those full with just weird random stuff, which I'll then be walling off this area later, probably. Yeah, exactly. That's the idea. Is that. And also the way I'm doing the story is, and always had planned to do the FNAF story that I have been doing, is I don't know, I kind of was curious on how people would like my take on the like events before the video game is what this is supposed to be leading up to, the ASMR series. So it's supposed to kind of take place before it. That's why everything seems more normal in the Pizzaplex, and there's no real mention of like the incident or it burning down, but there's like hints of people talking about they're waiting for somebody. Someone's coming, or something's coming. Something's gonna happen. They're planning, you know. Because I had my own weird theory on it. I won't give too much away, but that, to put it simply, that there were more people involved originally with kind of setting up what the evil rabbit animatronic wanted. Like employees and other things that were kind of in on it, but that then are basically, I'm going to be brutally honest here, but killed off, basically. Some of the employees in the end is why it's just Vanny, Gregory, and Freddy in the end, is that something happened to these others that were helping. Who were probably a part of, I know like some fans talk about like the Cult of Afton. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. The Cult of Afton is helping with all that. They've been hired as employees unbeknownst to the company. Like unknowingly. And yes, I totally agree. That type of thing is adorable. But yeah, no need to worry though, anybody watching this back. There is not going to be a complete end to it. But it'll more be kind of stuff like I've been doing here and there with the characters. In the past, at least, how I was doing it. How there were like just singular comfort ones with like Bonnie or things where it's not connected to the main story. You know, but it was its own thing. It's also, as I've brought up in past streams, it's kind of a bit restrictive to me writing FNAF. It's fun and all, but it's restrictive writing because I need to acknowledge lots of different factors of, like, was nothing said during this time about what was going on at this time and place in the Pizzaplex, or, you know, things of that nature where it's like it's all dependent on the, you know, on the story of the game and the limitations of the story that I've been given. You know, so say, like, I mean, I know, for instance, I'd not do this as a writer because they pretty much said canon-wise who's in what animatronic or what, but say, like, it was like, oh, I want this character to have been inside the original Freddy, the spirit of this person. That's not right, because a lot of fans know who's, you know, inside Freddy. And stuff like that, you know. But then, like, other characters, like Helpy, I was kind of able to put my own spin on it and be like, what if Helpy was actually an accountant / like, legal advisor? Like, intern, in a sense, who just knew that stuff in Afton and hired for that reason. And then ends up finding out too much and getting killed off by Afton, but turned into a robot with, you know, no memory of who he was before. who does all the legal work for them, and that's what he's programmed to do. Because that seems very Afton, for my take on Afton at least. To be like, nah, I'm just gonna basically still use this employee, but they're now gonna be a robot instead, one of the animatronics. And a side note about Freddy being Gregory's dad, I can't help but jokingly imagine here and there, just Freddy would be very big into dad jokes, I have a weird feeling. True enough, it is fun to do speculating too. Rebecca, it is definitely fun, yeah. But it can be interesting and tough sometimes doing that kind of method of writing. But I won't lie, it is fun doing it. And yeah, there's always fun in putting some speculation in it. Oh yeah. There you are. I was looking for that so I could duplicate that and kind of add a little extra of that to here. There we go. That looks better. Oh, you're welcome. And it was fun chatting with you too, Wolf Girl. I hope you enjoyed the stream and had fun, and I hope you have a good rest of the evening. Me and my weird mind, I just thought of something. Gregory at school randomly gets a phone call.
Gregory, I've heard another great one. Is your refrigerator running? Because if it is, you should catch it.
Just randomly laughing. Of course, Gregory, meanwhile, it's in class, teacher just glaring. And Gregory just having that look of, oh no. Oh.
It is parent-teacher night, so I am wearing a tie.
Just a normal tie instead of his bow tie. Just you hear like the metal dunk when you like pull a magnet off of a fridge and then let go and it just right back onto it. See, this is reasons I wish I knew how to animate. I would make so many weird things of just the characters doing stuff like that. Can we change the color? Yes. Okay, cool. So we can change the color of these. So let's go more Fazer Blast colors. So we'll go that. And nice bright orange. True enough, yeah. Although I'm also pretty bad at drawing, so. I've only ever drawn one image of one of my characters years ago. Well, years ago now, to be more precise. Years ago now. Which is, I ended up drawing Frankie Fox, one of my old OCs. Who's like a black and white cartoon character. I think kind of Bendy and the Ink Machine. But instead, it's basically the concept is because the character has been forgotten, he's kind of out for revenge, and also because he was like a background character. Because I had seen a lot of the trope of like a main character cartoon who was forgotten, but I was like, but think of a background character who wanted to be the star and then is forgotten. Oh, they would be even more angry. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna have this character be a forgotten side character, like background. He's not even a main or, you know, featured in the cartoon character. He's just a background character who wanted revenge. But yeah, it turned out decent, but not great for that image that I'm talking about. Yeah. True. That is very true. TikTok has shown that. So true. I may give it a go then, when I have some like spare time here and there. That may be another activity to fill up spare time in the nights. Well, the daytime when I'm like getting ready to record. As I explained previously in the stream, I basically just sit here most of the day doing a good amount of nothing. Until it's evening, and then I record. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Oh, shoot. I need to check what time it is until 9 here, because I was gonna stop the stream a bit earlier so I could get some extra. Oh, it's only 50 minutes. Okay, so I'm probably calling it a night. Soon here. So I should probably hop off. So I can make myself dinner and stuff, folks. But I will be back like usual next weekend. Apologies for not being available last weekend. I was just so gosh darn worn out and such that I couldn't really get it done and get to working. So, yeah. But I will see you folks next stream then. I apologize to, Rebecca and the few who came in a little later. It's also why I'm thinking about starting the streams earlier next time. So that way more people can actually, be able to get in and enjoy it. Without coming so late in it. Because I know that happens. And it's fine. But I want to make it so as many people can enjoy the stream. So I'm definitely going to be trying to work on a new time schedule for the streams. And yeah, I'm happy I got to see you all too. And I'm happy I got to see you as well, Rebecca. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And let's see, did it actually save on me? Okay, cool, it saved. I enjoy them too. I definitely enjoy the streams and hanging out with people and getting to chat with you folks. All of you. And, I hope that people who are watching this back as well have fun and enjoy this. Because I have fun doing it. See you guys. And until next time, have a good morning, evening, night, day, whatever it may be for you. Hope you have a great one. Until next time, folks. See ya.